Welcome to the thrilling world of the Flying RuNR, brought to you by the Marathon Mates.
Hey there, everyone. It's Tony here from the Flying RuNR, and welcome to Out and Back, the turnaround point for your weekly running journey. Now, this week marked the beginning of our new training plan for Sharon and I for the New York Marathon. Now, we are back training together, and this is something that I have been looking forward to, but it's also something that can be challenging as well. And with every new training block, it can be a challenge to get going, to get started. And early in the plan, especially, it's important to strive for consistency and not intensity. So, consistency, not intensity. Intensity in some of your training runs can come later, of course, but it's much more important, especially early in a plan, to be striving for consistency. So here are some things that we are working through to kickstart this new training block. Now, first up, it's very important to establish a regular running routine. So it's about setting a routine. It's about looking at specific days each week in which you are going to build your base for the training block. It's important to deliver that consistency of routine. It's also important to start small. So beginning with something that's manageable from a distance and a duration perspective, and then working from there. And of course, what I mean by working from there, it's going to be about that gradual progression. Increase your running time or distance gradually. There's the 10% rule that is fundamentally a good rule to start with, where you're looking to increase your distance and duration by no more than 10%. Now, of course, this is going to be dependent on where you are and what your fitness base is, but 10% is a very good rule, especially for those people that are starting out in a brand new training block for potentially their very first marathon. It may mean the training plan goes for longer, of course, because you're only increasing your distance for the week and your distance of your long run by 10% at a time, but it is really important to gradually progress. Number two, one of the key things that we're working through is prioritizing recovery and listening to our body. Now, we've all got aches and pains, and we've just come off the Gold Coast Marathon training block. And of course, I had a little bit of a calf issue during that particular race, and Sharon has some problems with her feet currently. So it's important that we recover well. We give ourselves a rest day. We give ourselves a recovery day during the course of the week to allow our body to adjust to getting back into a new training plan. It's also important to what we would look at something like active recovery. So Sharon and I walk each and every day. We will go for a walk. We will do 3 to 4 Ks every day just at walking. But it's important to be looking, even on our non-running days, to be doing something. So whether that's swimming, whether that's jumping on the exercise bike, whether that's just going for a walk, it's important to do that active recovery to help your body adjust to the workload. And body signals, we need to be paying attention to what our body's telling us. And so often pain in one part of your body may be directly related to something else within your body. So it's really important to listen to your body and listen to our discomfort and make the relative adjustments as we start to work through that plan. And finally, the last step is we wouldn't be doing this if we were not enjoying it or not motivated to do it. We are so looking forward to New York because for us it is our victory lap. and we are really going to soak it in. Although we're aiming to do a much better time than what we did back in 2018 when we first ran it, we are looking to really enjoy it. So it's important to set realistic goals along your journey of your training plan, what it is that you're aiming to do each and every week, what it is that you're aiming to do in the race. You need to mix up your training runs. So we plan to do that. New York does have a couple of hills in it. It's quite a challenging course, so we need to be looking at adding in some hills training as opposed to what we were doing leading into Gold Coast. So we'll be adding some more hills and some variety of terrain. And of course, we've got to embrace a very positive mindset and focus on not just the joy of what New York will bring, but also the joy of each and every training run. And being able to share that with someone else during a training plan is actually something that's really quite enjoyable, although can be challenging, but I'll leave it there. So prioritize consistency over intensity, especially early when you're starting out a new training plan. It is so important for you to build a solid foundation. It helps reduce the risk of injury and provides the path to providing a sustainable running habit. So just those three key things again: regular routine, prioritize recovery and listen to your body, and focus on enjoyment and motivation. Thanks for tuning in again to this episode of Out and Back. If you like our podcast, please subscribe wherever you're tuned in, leave a review, as it really does help other people find us. It really helps the algorithms that control what we see and hear on the internet. So please leave a review so other people can find this podcast. Watch out for our next full episode coming out this week on Friday, where we will be talking to another one of the inspirational athletes from the Indigenous Marathon Project, Jai Strugnall. Really looking forward to that. We met Jai in Tokyo and we bumped into her recently at the Gold Coast Marathon. So really looking forward to having that chat. Until then, I hope to see you out there. Happy running.